Welcome back to another episode of Uncle Bill's Kitchen. You're in for a real treat as today I take you to Taiwan to show you how they eat pizza with seafood. Stay tuned. Here is a listing of the ingredients. Please feel free to pause the video to write them down. I lived in Taiwan for approximately 10 years, and in that time there was one thing I always craved: American pizza. My wife, however, now that she lives here in the US with me, really misses her Taiwanese style pizza. In this episode, I'm going to show you half of an American, half Taiwanese pizza and how it's made. Hope you enjoy. The first thing you're going to want to do is add some oil to your pan and spread that oil evenly across all the surfaces. You don't want your dough to stick to the bottom when you're trying to get your lovely pizza off of it. Then you take your wonderful pie crust, no matter what brand. Make sure to read the instructions. Pop open that can, open it up, and now what you're going to want to do is slowly, taking your time, evenly press from the thickest parts of the dough out to the side. Now I know what you're thinking, that oil is going to make it slip all over the place. No, 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 my friend. This dough is made specifically for this size pan. Make sure to read the back of your packaging to ensure that you use the right size pan when you're getting your dough. Now we're going to preheat your oven at 400 degrees, and we're going to pop this dough in with nothing on it for 8 minutes. We're going to pre-cook this bad boy so you have a nice crust to start with and don't end up with soaky dough at the end. Look at how nice and golden brown that is. I got a little thin spot there. That's what that's all about. Don't worry about it. We'll cover her up. First, we're going to take our sauce and we're going to spread it evenly. And you don't have to go too thick with your sauce. Just a nice even coat, like you're painting the wall. You don't want big heavy spots of paint on your wall, do you? You don't want big heavy spots of sauce on your dough either. So take your time, enjoy the process, make sure you do this with love. Since both my wife and I love cheese, we're going to put a little bit on the bottom here. And this is going to do a couple things. First, it's going to add more cheese to your pizza. Second, it's going to make sure that the toppings stick to the base as opposed to sliding off because you don't have anything for it to grab onto. It's a neat little trick that I tried. Now evenly spread your onions across the base. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, fam. I should have put the pepperoni down first. It's a lot easier to do when you're on a flat surface. However, as with all things cooking, do what you can, when you can, where you can. It all works out in the end, and it tastes great. Next up, we're going to add pepperoni to half of this pizza. Now, this is going to be our American side. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I love meat. I love it. So I'm not just going to put a little bit. You have to add how much you like. Think about your tastes and whether or not you like a little or a lot. I like a lot, so I put a lot. Next meat, sweet Italian sausage. I pre-cooked this to a nice doneness. We're only going to be cooking this pizza for approximately 10 minutes, so you want to make sure your toppings are already pretty much cooked and all the way done. I do this every time, and it works out perfectly. I know what you're thinking. Uncle Bill, that is a lot of sausage. Let me tell you something. It's good. If you like meat like me, this is what you're going to want to do. Now for the Taiwanese side. We're going to add our strips of imitation crab down here. You're going to have to excuse me, folks. This is what my wife likes, not what I like. But as with all things, I try to make her happy as often as possible. Now we're going to add all the shrimp. These are about 10 pieces of shrimp that I cut into thirds, fried them up with a little bit of oil, and then took them out. Simple as that. Now you can cover as much or as little as you want. Because we're making this at home, I like to go the extravagant method and put on lots of toppings. Great thing about this dough is that it can stand up to it as well. Now the wife and I both love veggies, so we're going to put some healthy stuff on our pizza as well. Mushrooms. Oh yeah. Don't forget, mushrooms shrink when they cook, so put a lot on there. And it's healthy, so you can tell your family that you're making a healthy dinner tonight. Pizza with veggies. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. And don't forget, if you haven't had a chance yet, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Really helps us out a lot, and it doesn't cost you anything. You'll be updated as to any new videos that come out, and it helps support our channel. Now here we got some real bacon bits that have already been pre-cooked. You could also cook your own bacon if you want, but I'm feeling a little bit lazy today, and I just thought I'd get some of these pre-made ones. They taste amazing. They are real bacon, by the way. Now it's time to cover up and put to sleep our wonderful toppings by adding some mozzarella cheese. Don't be stingy with the cheese, folks. This is your homemade pizza, and you want it to taste great. If you're healthy and you're trying to cut calories, you may want to skip this recipe because there's going to be some calories on this pizza that are going to go right to your belly. Sometimes that's okay. We all have to live a little in these days, don't we? Now I try to get cheese over every little nook and cranny, and then to make sure that I know which side is my side, I just add a little bit more bacon on that side so that I can tell when I pull it out of the oven. Just a little bit. Bacon makes everything taste better, don't you think? Do you like bacon? Now it's time to put this bad boy in the oven. Oh, this is heavy. I gotta grab it a different way. Here we go. And to a 400-degree oven. We're gonna pop this bad boy in here for 10 minutes, and we'll see you when it's done. It's been 10 minutes. Let's take a look. Ooh, it's hot. Oh boy. Look at that, would ya? Now tell me, does this look like the pizza that you get from your local vendors? You can make this at home in 20 minutes. Now to cut it. You're going to want to be careful when you're pulling this out of the pan. Some of the cheese could have got beside the dough and the pan, and it'll cause it to stick. Worst thing to happen to you. Make sure to cut around and then pull off onto your cutting board. Grab your handy dandy pizza cutter, bring your camera over, and just push down and cut straight through. Oh yeah. Now I go down the center like this. Whoa, that's a lot of toppings. And then you can cut these into bigger or smaller pieces, just depends on what you like. I like medium-sized pizzas. And here's how it looks. Oh yeah. Whoa. Well, that's my wife's pizza. It actually looks pretty good, considering it's seafood. But look at that. That's mine. Oh, good. Good. Let's find out what she thinks. How's that taste, honey? You like it? Yeah. Thanks for stopping by Uncle Bill's Kitchen. We hope you enjoyed our content. Please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for updates and new videos. It costs you nothing, but it really helps us out a lot.